everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun scroll saw project video, have another amazing design by Steve Good, and it is a train theme project. You guys all know I'm getting back into the world of model railroading and train stuff, but really cool. The pattern depicts a beautiful steam locomotive going down the tracks with the quote, "I play with trains underneath." Indeed I do. But really cool. This is a 2-page pattern designed by Steve Good. So what I've done was printed out the pattern to full size, cut on the dotted line and match it up, and then I attach it to our material with clear packing tape, which our material for this project is a 1/2-inch piece of upcycled dresser drawer that I upcycled, but really cool, really awesome design. I made this project a while back, and as you can see it here. And as you also may notice, I didn't go for all the detail that Steve offers in the design. It would be beautiful with all the designs cut out, the words and the number and the tender and all. I mainly wanted to go for a train silhouette look and cut out just enough to where you know what it was. And I think it still came out amazing. After I got it done, I set it up on the shelf. And then I was out here messing with my old model trains, trying to get them running. I called a friend to come over and try to help me, who's also into model trains. We were sitting here, I cleared off the workbench, we were working on it. Then he kind of glanced up and seen it and said, "Hey man, that's really cool, I'd like to have one." So I'm happily going to make one for him for coming over and trying to help me get my old O-gauge Lionel train going. Since everything is prepared, we're going to head over to the drill press, drill all of our pilot holes so we can come back to the scroll saw and start scrolling. And over here on the drill press, we're going to begin by drilling all of the pilot holes for internal cutting that we're going to do on this project. And there is several internal cuts on the project, and we're just going to take our time over on the scroll saw and cut everything out, beginning with some of the smaller internal cuts and proceeding to the larger internal cuts. I am using a number 5 reverse tooth scroll saw blade, and it's cutting through the wood exceptionally well with minimal chip out, which is always good. That just reduces sanding time once everything is cut out and we move to sanding. If you guys would like to try this pattern, it is available as a free pattern download over at Steve Good's scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com website over in his free pattern catalog. As I said, beginning with some of the smaller internal cuts. And that's always a good idea when doing scroll saw projects. Begin with some of the smaller details and proceed to the larger internal cuts last. Just taking my time and letting the blade do the work. But just going through here and getting everything cut out. All those inside cuts make for a beautiful project once it's done, and I know my buddy who also likes trains will really appreciate me making him this project. But really cool and a nice, fun, relaxing cut. Now I am doing the final internal cut, which is the biggest internal cut, and I always like to save that one for last on all scroll saw projects. And once we have this piece cut, we will remove it from the material and retension the scroll saw blade and do the final long outside cut along the perimeter of the cut line. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. I'd really appreciate the support. Again, just taking my time and letting the blade do the work. But once all the cutting is done here, we will take the piece to the workbench and remove it from the waste wood and remove the pattern. And we'll go over to sanding with 100 grit sandpaper in the palm sander here, and sand everything nice and smooth front and back. And then I will put it on a hook and take it outside on a nice spring day and give it several coats of clear gloss. And while that is drying, we will enjoy some trains. It's so relaxing to hear them going down the tracks. and I hope to one day soon have a permanent, maybe 4 foot by 8 foot display to where I don't have to set it up here in the workshop. But after an hour or so, the clear coat was dry and the project was complete. And here we have the complete I Play With Trains piece made completely on the scroll saw, and it came out beautiful. Thank you, Steve Good, for another amazing design from your catalog. It took me around an hour and a half to cut everything out from start to finish. The material is a little bit thicker than 1/2 inch, so it can easily stand up on a counter or a desktop or something like that. But it did have some smaller details between the wheels, and then the windows with the little people in it is the passengers, and then of course the train engineer. But really cool. Again, I just took my time and, as always, let the blade do the work. And then the clear coat we added at the end really made everything pop. Keep in mind the material I used for this is just an upcycled dresser drawer, so a great use of that material that would have otherwise been thrown away. But really cool. I had fun making this, and I know my buddy is really going to appreciate this, and it's probably also going to surprise him because he probably thought I wouldn't come back out here and make another one of these projects and give it to him freely. I'm happy to do that for a friend and a fellow rail fan. But really cool. Really awesome. I had fun making this. I hope you guys like watching me make this. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. All my social media links will always be down in the description box below. I play with trains, as you've seen. Indeed I do. That's about all for this one, guys. Remember, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.